Welcome back to the Armchair Meddler, where I review news videos usually of a sensational nature and I give you my opinion. Even though you didn't ask for my opinion, that's what makes me the Armchair Meddler. Alright, so yeah, we're going to be looking at a high-speed pursuit. Let's see here. Authorities pursue vehicle in Los Angeles County. Okay. So let's see, maybe there's some more information on this. Authorities pursue the driver suspected of burglary at a Dick's Sporting Goods store in Los Angeles County. Okay. Officers with West Covina Police Department initiated the pursuit as the suspect was in the southbound lanes of the 605 freeway. The suspect has been clocked at speeds of almost 100 miles per hour. Wow. Okay, so I want to remind you that I have not watched this video beforehand, so I will experience it along with you for the very first time. But before we do that, make sure you're subscribed and also press that like button. But before we get into this video, make sure you're subscribed, also press that like button. Now let's not delay, let's get into the video.
Following breaking news where police right now are in a pursuit.
KTLA's Gil Labus overhead in Sky 5. And Gil, I'm guessing it's that dark car on the left side of the screen.
That's right, Sandra and Pedro. We're having a hard time catching up to it because it's 100 miles an hour southbound on the 605. It's West Covina Police Department that went into pursuit of this vehicle. Now the CHP trying to get involved and trying to get behind it, but they do have units behind it. Let me come out to a wider shot so you can see over 100 miles an hour right now. There's the unit there in trail. They're having a hard time keeping up with the vehicle. We understand it's a blue Mercedes that they're in pursuit of. We are hearing on the scanner, although not confirmed yet, that it is burglary suspects out of West Covina's area. And there he goes, all the way across lanes. You know, there's a lot of traffic out here right now, and it's very difficult for these people to know what's coming from behind them. There he goes, splitting the lanes, going between cars there. Very close call there, but again, 100 miles an hour plus. We're looking at about 103 on our speedometer. Might be exiting here at Carson. It's going to be a lot of traffic at the end of this ramp, and he may not be able to control that turn. Wow, he's hard on the brakes. He's going to come into that intersection here very fast, and he's going to go westbound turn, swinging way wide behind the building there. There he is, popping back out. Now he's on Carson. He's westbound right now, going in towards Long Beach.
Now, one of the things, Gil, so far, we haven't seen any law enforcement trying to, they can't keep up with this guy. He's driving so erratically and so fast right now, even on these city streets, upwards of 60, 70, right now hitting over 80 miles per hour here on Carson Street, swerving in and out of traffic, extremely dangerous, extremely erratic, and even that red vehicle, as you saw, they're trying to pull over.
Yeah, they just don't know. If there's no flashing lights or sirens behind them, Gil, it's hard for them to tell exactly what's going on. You don't know what's coming up on you.
You know, we're having some technical difficulties here right now, but again, we are in a pursuit of a suspect from West Covina, possibly a burglary suspect. That blue Mercedes is what we are following. It started out of West Covina. West Covina PD were in pursuit of the vehicle, eventually communicating with CHP to possibly take over.
Yeah, it doesn't look like CHP has taken over the pursuit yet, but this is extremely dangerous as he is changing lanes just all over the surface streets now. He exited Carson off the 605 southbound, so he's in that area right now. Gil mentioned to us it was a Mercedes, so a little bit easier to handle perhaps in some of these truck pursuits or large vehicle pursuits that we've seen. Coming up on this intersection through a red light. Gil, we're just holding our breath here.
Oh, no doubt.
And we're waiting to see, we haven't been able to see anything inside the vehicle as well. As you can see, it is blacked out. You have tints on all sides of the vehicle, so you don't know how many people are involved. Gil, do you have any indication if there's possibly anyone else or the gender of the driver, any details of that nature?
No, Pedro, unfortunately we have not heard any details like that, but definitely here on Los Coyotes Diagonal going into that intersection. Unfortunately, green light, but here he goes going across into the double yellows, and certainly desperate to get away still. We don't, unfortunately, I can't see out that side of the helicopter right now if the units are still in this pursuit or not, or they had to drop back quite a bit on the freeway. They were far behind, I should say, on the freeway when this driver exited that 605 freeway at Carson Street. But now we're here on Spring Street, still westbound now in Long Beach.
Long Beach going over 100 miles per hour at some point, running red lights, going from the first lane all the way to lane number 4 in one swift move. I mean, look at this person.
Brutal
Wow.
red lighting. Yeah.
Oh, and it clipped the median there. The back of the back.
Sure
of
Yeah,
that
it looked like
car
he
clipped the median.
lost control for a moment.
Sure did. He hit that median there.
So I just have to say that observing the way this person is driving, they could lose control of this vehicle at any moment because they've had so many close calls already where that car has been sliding around through these different turns and changing lanes. So yeah, this person clearly does not know how to handle this car at a high rate of speed.
A little bit, and just cutting those cars off that got the green light. Here comes a pickup truck through the shot, coming in a left-hand turn there onto the street. But we are Bellflower Boulevard. This is close to the Long Beach Airport, and you see the speeds here, still high speed going into these intersections. Right there, there's a 405 freeway. He's going to come underneath the freeway, and there he goes. He's going to make a right-hand turn. This is going to be, well, I'll try to get to the street here in just a second. He might be trying to get back on the freeway. Yep, he's going to go. It's going to be southbound 405 freeway from Bellflower, and he's got that turn there.
Yeah, we saw him clip the median, as you mentioned, Pedro, and I was looking perhaps that there might be some vehicle damage, maybe to one of the tires, but it doesn't look like it. This guy just going right along, upwards of 80 miles an hour right now.
And looking like getting on the 405 southbound. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We keep having an issue here, but of course we're going to continue to follow this vehicle that is driving erratically right here, as you see, on the 405 southbound in Long Beach. Looks like the driver's now getting off here
He's exiting.
at this exit. Where's this exit exactly?
I believe this is Palo Verde. We're going to try to do a little housekeeping up here with our signal. We're trying to get a signal in here, and we're having some turns, but I'm going to try to get our signal dialed in a little better here in just a second.
All right, Gil, we'll take it for just a moment. You can see the left side of your screen right there. We've got a dark-colored Mercedes. The driver behind the wheel, possibly a burglary suspect, started in the West Covina area. West Covina police in pursuit on the 605 southbound. He exited Carson, driving all over the road, changing lanes, running through red lights, going well over 100 miles per hour. We're not sure exactly how many people are inside the vehicle. At one point, it looked like he clipped the median. So far, no damage to the car that we can detect, but this guy just keeps going.
Just keeps going. One of the biggest problems that we've seen with this driver going so fast is that law enforcement can't keep up. West Covina was behind the vehicle at one point, trying to communicate with CHP to take over. They weren't able to do that. And when you have a driver going so fast and driving so recklessly, the drivers who are on the roadway can't see any lights behind. They don't know any warning. So this guy is just, whoever the driver is just swerving in and out. And as you can see right here, approaching this intersection, not slowing down, as they just made a right now onto Atherton Street in Long Beach, continuing just to drive erratically and not slow down. And you worry, Sandra, that at 5:13, the time right now.
It's busy out there,
it's
right?
busy. You're getting people who are, grocery shopping, getting out of work, driving on a bike lane right there.
Wow.
Yeah, another red light right there. Gil, we know that it was West Covina police in pursuit. Has CHP taken over, and is there any sign that they're pulling back on this because it's so dangerous?
Well, CHP has dropped out of this for sure, but I can tell you that Long Beach police, they are aware of it. They're talking about it on their frequencies. They're trying to catch up to it. It's moving so fast, though. That's the problem. It's just going through the city so quickly. Here he goes into this busy intersection. Another red light. He's going to merge with traffic. They're going northbound here. This is back on Bellflower Boulevard. So here he goes back towards the 405 freeway. And at this point, look at this. He's going to make a U-turn. He does not like the way he's going there. But now he's going to go back southbound on Bellflower, back towards Atherton. But I do hear the Long Beach police talking about it, trying to get units into position here. Here he's going to turn into a street here. This is off of Bellflower. There's the sheriff's helicopter keeping track of the vehicle as it goes under us. 4 o'clock, sorry, 5 o'clock. And as it goes under us, we're going to continue to flip the camera around here so we can follow this vehicle. And so far, just the airship tracking it at this point. I can tell you that Long Beach Police are talking about it. Also, we're getting close to Signal Hill, so that could be a unit or division or department, I should say, that could get involved in this pursuit. But again, high speeds, dangerous situation. Here he goes crossing into the double yellows, and hopefully stays in those double yellows. Wrong side of the road.
Yeah, that's what you worry about, because as we've seen so far with this driver, does not care. Look, right here on the wrong side of traffic, and approaching an intersection. This is the scary stuff right here. As we've seen the driver, look at this, go speeds of over 100 miles per hour, reckless, and his bicycle is right there on the right-hand side. I mean, you really worry about this, as we were mentioning. Look, on scooters, those people were in the roadway.
Yeah, just absolute no regard for anybody else who might be out on the road right now. We've got pedestrians, we've got people on scooters and bicycles, and this guy going over 100 miles an hour at times, and driving on the wrong side of the road. You could see he's in that bike lane again. Gil, I just can't imagine how this is going to end. I mean, oftentimes we see these people, and it does end with a crash.
Absolutely, it does. He's right under us. Sorry, about 1 o'clock. He's going into, I'm trying to figure out where this is. We just went into a parking structure here. Let's try to get you a locator on this. But again, there's the airship overhead. This is off of Eximino Way and Outer Traffic Circle in Long Beach. But so far, the vehicle inside that parking structure, and this may be an opportunity for that driver to escape on foot and run away. But we'll keep an eye out on the entrance and exits here. I don't know if there's 2 entrances here or just the one here. We'll have to go around the building here and see. But yeah, coming to, at least an end for now as it goes into this parking structure here. Off of Eximino near Bellflower, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's a very busy area. You have the In and Out there, Raising Cane's, a Big 5 Sporting Good. It's a big community. Not sure if that's the vehicle there right now. But just to recap, this started in West Covina. West Covina police were in pursuit of a blue Mercedes, possibly a burglary suspect. Still waiting to get that confirmed. Eventually, the driver was on the 605 going easily 110 miles per hour at one point before getting off at Carson Street, going through Long Beach before getting on the 405 and now making their way here through Long Beach. We don't know if there's how many people are in the car, how many occupants. We knew that there was at least, of course, the driver. Not sure if anyone else, if it's armed, if it's dangerous.
Right, and it's a sticky situation for law enforcement now, right? Yeah. Because this guy could walk out, try to blend in with the crowd, try to just simply get away that way. Or for people who are inside, we've seen a number of cars come out. He could carjack someone else, drive away, and law enforcement might not know it. And we have seen this before, Gail. They pull into the parking structure and try to disappear.
That's right, and with no units behind it, it gives that driver a lot of time to escape, like you said, blend in, and hopefully not carjack somebody else, but that certainly is a possibility. Again, we haven't had it confirmed yet, but we understand that the CHP was talking about the suspect or suspects in the vehicle being burglary suspects, so we're working on getting that information right now as that Mercedes pulled in there. There's one of the first units coming in on scene off of this cul-de-sac street to the back of the parking structure, but so far no movement of that vehicle back out.
Another one there at the bottom of the screen. This is the first time that we actually have seen law enforcement on the scene since we started tracking this vehicle on the 605 after leaving West Covina. As you see, law enforcement I assume that's Long Beach Police?
It is. It's a Long Beach unit that just pulled in there. I believe it's a Long Beach unit in the back. So they do have somewhat of a perimeter there in the back and the front. There goes another unit into the parking structure itself. So we'll see what they come up with. But again, multiple levels there for them to search for that vehicle. But it's likely at this point that driver is on foot.
And let's talk about the scenario that these law enforcement officers are driving into, Gil, because there are presumably cars all over the parking structure, people walking around. It's hard for hard for them to detect a suspect who might be hidden in there.
Oh, for sure. Can you imagine all the vehicles in there? Who knows how many blue Mercedes are in there as well? But, very difficult situation for those officers going in and searching row by row and level by level until they find the vehicle. And then to determine if the driver is still in the car or not, that's the next step.
And one of the things that also makes it so difficult was the vehicle this driver took, that blue Mercedes, it was all tinted. We didn't even get a look at the guy.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of clothing. We don't even know if it's a guy.
We don't even know if it's a guy. What the person was wearing, anything that could help law enforcement. We don't have that. The driver was going so fast and driving so erratically, we couldn't get a good look. And then on top of that, because he was driving, this person was driving so fast, law enforcement just couldn't keep up. They got there, gave him about, I would say, what, 10, 12 minute jump start from getting to that parking garage where the driver can now go wherever they need to go. So again, just to recap what's happening right now, Long Beach police are in pursuit of a suspect here, possibly a burglary suspect that started in West Covina. The West Covina Police Department were originally in pursuit on the 605, tried to transfer to CHP. The driver got off in Long Beach, and now here we are.
Yeah, our Gil Levis providing the commentary from Sky 5. Gil, thanks for that. What law enforcement will do now is try to get everybody who's inside that parking structure out safely as they continue their search for the suspects. We'll keep you updated on that.
So at this point, I have a feeling that the only way that they're going to catch this person, just my guess, is that this person is wanted, I believe, for burglary of a Dick's Sporting Goods. So if there is video footage of them at the store, I believe it's a store where they are, where this Dick's Sporting Goods, if there's video footage of the suspects, then that should allow them to catch up with this person later.
If anything changes.
Okay, so that looks like this is going to be the end to this one. I'm curious to know how this one ultimately turns out, but I do believe that they'll catch this person at a later date. Like I said, they'll review surveillance footage from the Dick's Sporting Goods and possibly ID this person. But man, it seems like this person, this suspect or suspects, it seemed like they had a plan to get away, driving up into this parking structure. So that was pretty clever on their part. But anyhow, that's going to wrap up this episode of The Armchair Meddler. Once again, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also press that like button, and we will see you on the next episode.